Peace and blessings, everyone. It's me, Dr. Sabrina, and I want to welcome you back again to Soul Speak Conversations for Your Healing Journey, where so many of you have submitted questions from your heart. And each week, I do my best to answer them from mine, and not just from my heart, but also from my many, many years of experience as a therapist and as a person who has been so committed to peace building and healing, and also as a human who's been on this earth for quite a few years now. So I take them all together when I read your questions and when I attempt to answer them in just a short period of time. My goal is to give you a little bite that then will give you the opportunity and give your heart the permission to seek more knowledge and more information. And this question this week is very dear to me, and it came from GA, and she writes, "Dear Dr. Sabrina, as a black woman, I am tired. I don't feel like being politically correct and calling myself even an African American woman today. I was born being called a black person, and that's where I am now. In today's political climate, I am tired. I'm tired of caring and tired of being angry and tired of fighting for things humans should simply get. And I'm angry that I don't have the mental strength to fight for my children. I need to get strength to fight. Guide me." So I just want to first honor GA. I don't know all of your struggles, but as a black woman who has counseled countless black women, I know some of your struggle. And there's a piece of your struggle that I want to acknowledge. And there's some beauty in the struggle that I want to acknowledge. And number one is that you're expressing an emotional range, GA. And that right in itself is a healer. To have the safety to say how you're feeling is actually progress for you and progress for your people, progress for our people. For you to even be able to say how you're feeling is a part of your liberation, GA. And I know we've had a similar conversation a few weeks ago with another writer, but GA, you are a whole unique creation. And I just want to validate that, yes, you are tired. And what's happening in our political climate is adding to your fatigue. And there's this piece where you say you don't want to call yourself African American anymore. And I'm really curious about why or what you would call yourself instead. Because the healing for you, GA, is to acknowledge all of your parts. If you have an African heritage in your bones, acknowledge it. If you have American heritage in your bones, acknowledge it, because those two together is what has shaped you and made you this amazingly beautiful, resilient human being. We could call you something else, but it wouldn't change what's in your DNA. It wouldn't change what is in every cell in your body, and it wouldn't change what your nervous system is capable of transcending. So my dear beloved black African American sister GA, the next thing I want you to do after you acknowledge your feelings is to acknowledge that you come from a long, long, long line of women who have transcended exactly what you're dealing with right now. And you don't really name how old your children are, but I know it doesn't matter because black women have nurtured this entire country and everybody's our children. So whether you're 32 raising some youngins or 55 still managing your young adult children, whether you're a grandmother or a great grandmother, this whole country is indebted to people who look like you, who look like me, GA. So they're all our children. And it makes sense that you need strength. And I want to invite you to find that strength in several places. One, find the strength in the women that came before you. There were many that came before you. Find the strength in the ancestor of your lineage, but also the ancestors who you know about through history. I just jotted down one of my favorite Toni Morrison quotes, and I have several. But one thing she said is, there's really nothing more to say except why. But since why is difficult to handle, one must take refuge in how. And that is my question with you, GA. It is the how. It is the how. And how do we do this? We seek guidance from those that came before us. We read the stories of those that came before us. We write the stories of those that came before us. And we also seek community. We realized, GA, a very long time ago that separation is a complete illusion. So I want to invite you, GA, to draw out, map out your support pie. Who can you go to in this world and just go, bleh, let it all hang out? And the glorious opportunity that we have today in these moments is this invitation to reconnect and recreate communities of support, communities of action, communities of thought. And some of these communities may be full of women who look like you, and some may be sprinkled with women that look like you. But you, GA, you also know how to navigate spaces in which no one looks like you. And I want you to have all of those spaces available to you. And it makes sense that you're tired. And so your fatigue is emotional, it's physical, and it's spiritual. So the third thing I want to invite you to do is to acknowledge what your body is craving. What does your body need from you? Does she need you to take a rest? Does she need you to take in more supplements? Does she need you to get a physical? Does she need you to slow down on drinking alcohol? Does she need you to rev up on drinking water? Does she need you to dance? Does she need you to sing? Spend some time talking to her, GA. Spend some time holding her, GA. And spend some time holding other women who are going through the same challenge, or even better, women who have walked through the challenges that you are faced with right now. One thing I want you to know for sure, GA, this political climate is not new for women who look like us. And you, GA, are uniquely poised to transcend it. Please keep in touch with me, GA. Let us know how you're doing. Take some of these steps and let's stay committed to loving GA in all her imperfections. I so appreciate your trust. I so appreciate this opportunity to serve your heart, and I look forward to more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace and blessings.